there, welcome to the Reflection Show with me, Martha and Spice. Have you heard about family planning? What do you know about it? What are the misconceptions that you've heard about family planning? Is it spiritual? Is it physical? Is it, too out of place for a couple to practice family planning or use any family planning methods to monitor the number of children that they want to have, spacing them, etc, etc. Today, I'll be speaking with personnel from Marie Care Clinic here in Tamale. They provide so many services for you out there. So it will be a great opportunity for you to go to the Marie Care Clinic here in Tamale for your CT scans, pregnancy counseling options, and many more. Let's take a break. When we are back, we delve into a conversation that would help you and your family have a fruitful plan. I am Martha and Spice.
My name is Kezapuma Esayu. When I read, I feel proud. I know I can become anything in the future. Thank you. My name is Mustafa Mofida. Reading helps me understand my lessons better and improves my spelling. My name is Ahmed Nadra. I am in Basic 6. Reading is the foundation of education. A child who learns to read gains knowledge and confidence. My name is Alhassan Mafwa. Before joining the reading clinic, I was shy to read in class. Now I can read confidently. Thank you.
Welcome back. It's the Reflection Show with me, Martha and Spice. Family planning. When we were growing up, we had so much misconceptions about family planning. And sometimes even women who are ready and capable to go for these services are scared. And I know that even up till now, many of you out there still do not even understand the totality of family planning. So I have here a lady and a gentleman from the Marie Care Clinic here in Tamale. I'll let them introduce themselves and tell us what role they play at the clinic. Let me start with the lady. Tell us your name and the role you play.
Well, thank you so much, Martha, for the opportunity. I'm Mohammed Zainat, midwife and then center manager.
Okay. Sir?
Okay. My name is Yaya Solisu. I am a team member at Marie Care Clinic.
Okay.
I'm the one in charge of partnership, engagement, and marketing activities.
Okay, great. So let me start with the midwife. When we talk about family planning, what is it all about?
Okay. So when we say family planning, it's basically any means that you use to prevent pregnancy, be it a natural or an artificial means. Okay. So we have natural methods of preventing pregnancy, such as the withdrawal method or the
menstrual hygiene,
the basal body temperature, and then other cycle. You can study your cycle to know which days you are fertile and which days you are free. So on your fertile days, you try to avoid sexual intercourse as much as possible. So we also have the artificial methods. That one is the introduction of both the hormonal and then the non-hormonal method. So any means that you use to prevent pregnancy is a family planning method.
Okay. So I know that most times you come across more of the artificial method, or how should I say that, artificial methods, because people feel that sometimes the natural methods they don't they are not reliable or don't remember their calculations and all that. So let's go straight to the artificial methods. Why are people having issues with the artificial method? What are some of the things you have encountered?
So the reason why some people don't want to do family planning is that they feel they may not become pregnant in future. That's the number one reason why some people don't want to do the family planning. They feel when they do it, they will not become pregnant in future. And then family planning does not prevent future pregnancies. It's just a misconception. So family planning rather helps you achieve healthy pregnancy later in life. So with the family planning method, we have the hormonal methods and then the non-hormonal. With the hormonal method, we have those ones that are short-acting. When you say short-acting, it means you can do it for a shorter duration, basically 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months.
Okay.
Then we also have the long-acting but reversible methods, which are the implants, the IUD, and then the implants. So basically, the implants are the 3-year implant and then the 5-year implant. Then we have the IUCD. For the IUCD, the full name is intrauterine contraceptive device.
Okay.
And then with that one, it's kept into the womb, and then it doesn't contain any hormonal components.
Okay.
And it doesn't affect your normal menstrual system or your cycle regulation.
Let's go back to the short time.
Okay.
1 month's own is called what?
It is called the Norwegian.
Norwegian.
Yes, please.
3 months is called?
For the 3 months, we have 2 types. We have the Depo-Provera, and we also have the Sayana Press. We even have another one called the Majesty. They are all in the system, but they are from different manufacturers.
Okay, okay. People most times have issues with the 3 months. I don't know which of them. The 3 months. Some say they overbleed. They don't have their menses at all. Some even say they lose sexual, desires for their, like, towards their partner. They don't feel like having sex like again.
Yes.
Just take us through the 1 month and the 3 months. One, demystify them.
Yes, please.
And secondly, tell us some of the basic side effects. Of course, every medication may have its side effects that we should have in mind.
Okay. So with the 1 month injectable, it is a combined hormonal contraceptive. When we say combined, it means it's made of 2 different medications, but it's just for 1 month. So when you take it, it means every 1 month you need to renew. So before you do family planning, you need to understand your hormonal profile. You understand? So for family planning, like a friend can do family planning, which may be good for you, maybe, but when I discuss it with you and then maybe you are interested, that same method may not be favorable for you. Do you understand that? You need to seek counseling before you go in for family planning. But most of the times, the mistake that happens is that some people rather listen to their friends, because if they say their friend is on a 3-monthly injectable or maybe a 1-monthly injectable, which is good for them, they also feel maybe that same method will also be good for them. It isn't like that.
So sometimes I hear people say they take the 3 months or something like that, and they add weight, they look fresh, like you are fresh, and so they also want to do those things.
Yes, these are artificial hormones.
Okay.
Just like those natural hormones in the female reproductive system. So with these artificial hormones, they go to mimic that of the natural hormones, and then some people end up gaining weight at the end of the day. And then one other issue is that once your mind is free, and then you as a what's the name? A lady in marriage, if you know that you are not going to become pregnant, that free mind is there. And once you have your peace of mind, definitely there will be what? Some weight gain. Do you understand that? So people who usually have misunderstanding when it comes to issues of sexual relationship in their marriages, they usually tend to they are not peaceful at home, because let's take it that if your partner wants to visit you, but out of fear of becoming pregnant, you don't want to give up, at the end of the day there will be what? Misunderstanding in the home, and definitely as there is that misunderstanding, you will not be at peace to live with your partner. So one other thing is that, just like you were saying, some hormonal contraceptives leads to the low sexual drive, which is normal. It's normal with some hormonal contraceptive, and then others also have that bleeding, which we call breakthrough bleeding or the spotting. And then with these ones, they can be managed with NSAIDs, like the brufen. We have the ibuprofen that we give to manage it. We also have the combined oral contraceptive that we can use to manage the bleeding. Okay. Then one other thing that you also made mention there is this thing, absence of menstruation. Yes, some people when they do the family planning, they don't bleed, and then there is no medical importance of having your regular normal menstrual period. So when you do the family planning and you don't get your normal menstrual period, it rather improves your health because it helps to improve your HB. And once the hemoglobin level is improved, definitely your system will, like, you become fine. Your HB, once your HB is fine, you become fine.
Okay. Before I come back to you, let me come to Mrs. Swaliso on this. Why Marie Care Clinic Cry in the first place? You know, you are in charge of partnerships and making sure that the hospital is in good standing. Why family planning? Why not a normal clinic?
Okay. Thank you very much. I think Marie Care was formed on the basis of the closure of a sexual reproductive health clinic in Tamale. We were in that building and we were working with the organization providing those services.
Okay.
So at a point they were closing the clinic, and whilst we were at the center, we knew the kind of services that they were providing, and we also knew the kind of lives they were saving.
Yeah, the impact they were making
in the region, particularly Tamale Metro. So when they were closing it, we thought it wise not to let it die off, because they were saving a lot of young girls, saving a lot of families. So we came together and said, well, why not take over the building, because it was a big space. Why not take over the place and still continue providing the same services to the population, so that we can still save lives. We can still provide the services to young girls, young women, and families. That is why we continue to provide family planning services. Not just the family planning services, there are other services that they need to provide, and that includes you mentioned it earlier, pregnancy option counseling, and that has to do with comprehensive abortion care, safe abortion. It was one of the major services that they used to provide. And you know, these our young girls in school and those out of school, curiosity, they want to mingle with the opposite sex. And at the end of the day, when they get pregnant, they don't know where to go for safe services. And Marisos then was a safe place where they could go for such services. So closing the center was a hit for us, and we thought it wise. Why not take over and continuously providing those services to the young girl?
Okay.
That is why we are still providing those services with different name market.
Okay, so just another follow-up question on that. This is a community that we are very religious. And I like how you mentioned that it was making so much impact. It means that people had come to accept the services that you run, with maybe the kind of strategies that you used then and even still continue to use now. What are one of the things that you have seen that has really worked, and what we should do to continue coming to the center for the services, even though under a new name?
One of the things that we do and we still want to continue doing is privacy. Creating privacy for clients is very important. I remember sometimes when a client walk in and see the crowd, if the crowd is there, they do want to go back. But once they are assured that their information is safe, the environment is a safe place, and they feel comfortable to come in. So confidentiality is number one that we want to hold on. The second one has to do with quality services, quality of care. So once you walk in with your issue, once it is within our reach, services that we can provide, we do not encourage for you to leave without accessing the service as a result of your inability to pay or other issues that we need to handle.
Okay.
So that is the second thing that we hold on. The other aspect that we continue to do is that kind of engagement with the community members, engagement with the youth. For instance, visiting the the artisanal shops, visiting the the youth groups, then engaging the community members. Initially, when the clinic started, it was very difficult for you to go to a place to talk about family planning, to talk about safe abortion, but consistently engaging them and letting them know the need for such services, particularly for those that are in school and those that are out of school. The community came to terms with it, and some of the women realized that it is a services that they need. Not that someone is forcing them to go in for it. So that is it.
Okay. First 3 months and the side effects that we should expect that comes with that. So it means that once you do it, except by miraculous means, there wouldn't be pregnancy.
Okay, so family planning is not 100%. All the other methods, they are not 100%. So we have people becoming pregnant even after doing family planning. Each contraceptive has its own percentage, like the number of people that can become pregnant. Maybe let's take it at 1 in 100 pregnancies for implants, and then for the condom, its effectiveness is 98%, and then
I used to know it's 99. Yes, you know, 90. People have come down.
Yes, 98%.
I hope we won't get to 80%.
No, not at all. And then the other methods too. So the longer the methods, the more effective it is. Do you understand? And how consistent you also use the method depends on its efficacy. So let's take it that you are on a 3-monthly injectable. So immediately when it expires, you need to renew, whether or not your menstruation has come or not. But one mistake our people make is that after it expires and then they don't get their menstruation, they wait for their menses to come, and at the end of the day they get themselves pregnant, and then they conclude that the family planning has failed them. Meanwhile, it's not supposed to be so.
If your family planning method, and so if you've done it for 3 months from January to say March, and whether your menses have come or not, you have to renew. But if you wait,
as far as you don't want to become pregnant. But if you wait that you want to get your menses before you can become pregnant. Your menses come and you and your husband go and place more now, you now be pregnant.
You can become pregnant. But there are some who say that even after it gets expired, and maybe I've done it for some 3 months or 6 months, but 3 months together, and now I want to be pregnant. It expires. I don't come to renew. It takes me a very long time to conceive.
That is if the person has taken the injection regularly for some number of months or years. Not just one injection. One injection cannot just give you that longer duration. Let's take it that somebody has taken
for 2 years straight, every 3 months.
Every 3 months straight. So with that kind of person, if the person wants to become pregnant, she should have a grace period of 6 months before she can become pregnant, 6 to 1 year. So under normal circumstances, we do counsel them that if you are on a short-term methods, especially the 3-monthly injectable, it is that one that is the major cause of delay in fertility. So if you are on it and then you want to conceive, at least you should, let's take it that if you want to conceive by December, you should stop the injection in June. So that grace period will allow for all hormones to wear out of the system before you can become pregnant.
Because even though you've not gone to renew,
the hormones are because that one goes straight into the bloodstream. It's not like an implant where the rod is inside the hormones are inside the rods and they are being released in smaller quantities. Do you understand? So with the implants, immediately when you remove it, return to fertility is so immediate.
The implant, I'm told we have 3 years and 5 years.
Please,
tell us about the implant.
So the implant is just a flexible rod that is kept on the non-dominant hand, but most of the time we put it on the left because most people are righties. So but if the person says I want it on the right, then you put it.
Why do you put it on the
left? Yes, it means the person is a lefty. It means the person is using the left hand as the dominant hand. So if you should insert it on the dominant hand, the person, because on the first 2 to 3 days after insertion, there is some minor pain on the side, and even and that is the hand that the person will be using to work, and because of that there will be some form of discomfort.
It's only put in the hand.
Yes, please.
Why?
That's the manufacturer's instructions, and then we go by that.
You know, years ago, you used to see a lot of women. It used to be 5.
Yes,
you see a lot of women having it, and I was like, can't they hide it? But I think now the 3 years on is
it's
like
just a single rod, and then the 5 years is just 2 rods.
Okay.
And that was then the Nor plants. It used to be called Nor plant.
Yes.
And then you see them 5 rows lined up like that.
Yes.
Yes. But it's now 2 rows and then 1 rod respectively.
So how do they always do it, and it is so visible?
So the issue is that when you don't do it that way and then it comes to removal, it will be very difficult, and then they may need to destroy certain structures in the hand before it can be removed. Do you understand? So the visibility all comes to the fact that when you come to remove, then you can be able to remove it easy for the person without destroying the person's hand.
Everybody will know your own family.
Yes, please. Right? At least it's better than they destroying your hands.
So apart from that, what's the next thing? The IUD?
Yes, we also have the intrauterine contraceptive device, and it is one of the best family planning methods because that one doesn't contain artificial hormones. It's a copper that goes to block the fallopian tubes, preventing the egg and the sperm from meeting.
So if they don't meet, where does it go?
So yes, definitely they'll enter the system, and then once the sperm and the egg does not meet, you will not become pregnant. You understand? And then when the sperm also come into contact with the copper will kill the sperm. So that is its main mode of action. So
now, go ahead.
So with the intrauterine contraceptive device, that one can be removed and inserted at any time, just like the implants and then the implants. So if you insert an implant and you don't want it,
so the IUD is supposed to last for how many years?
10 years.
Oh, okay.
Yes, please. But you can remove it at any time. It's not compulsory that it should be there up to that number of years.
But some say they do IUD and still get pregnant.
Yes, please. You can become pregnant. If
is it that it's not inserted well?
Expulsion of the rod due to heavy menstruation. And then when you pull on the thread, after insertion, they leave a small piece of the thread for easy removal. And then you have to check on that thread every month after your normal menstruation. So when you mistakenly pull on the thread, the IUD can shift and then you become pregnant. And then some people too, when they cramp and then they get heavy bleeding, the IUD can be dislodged and then they can become pregnant. So
do you have to be going for them to be checking?
Yes, at least every year you need to go up for checkup. Every year you need to go up for checkup in order to just make sure that it is in situ. Do you understand that? Okay.
I'm asking because most people sometimes will say, okay, I was on IUD and then I got pregnant, and
it's true. It's true. And there are instances like that.
But do they really understand that it could have been their fault? Because you spoke about the rope and heavy bleeding and all that.
So it cannot be their fault in the sense that with the heavy flow, it's not their making. Do you understand that? It's not their making. So the flow will just come in the form of a gash. So once it comes like that, it can dislodge the IUD. But most of the time when they come, we explain to them, when you experience heavy bleeding and you feel that, especially when you feel the tip of the rod of the IUD, you should let us know. So
how do they feel the tip of the rod?
Definitely, because before insertion, you show the copper to the client how it is inserted, what should be feeling. Do you understand? So any part of this thing that she will feel aside the rod, she needs to report. Or if there is some severe abdominal discomfort, low abdominal discomfort, she needs to report. It means it's a sign indicating that the IUD has been dislodged or is about to dislodge. That is why she's experiencing that.
If you're a Sierra like me, I'm not sure that you choose to have the IUD at all.
Yes,
we are looking at family planning mostly for women. What family planning methods do we have for men?
So basically, the men's family planning, there's a condom and then the what is the name? Vasectomy. Yes, please. They are the methods for the men.
Have you ever had a vasectomy in your clinic?
we don't perform that one. Okay. That one is being.
But has any man in family?
No.
Has any man in Tamale ever walked in and said, well, let me even get counseling crown vaccine?
Not at all. Because they feel it's sterilization. And then the reason is that men don't get pregnant. They don't know how it takes to carry pregnancy. So when you are talking to them about family planning, they don't see it to be any distant. They don't see it to be a pressing issue. Do you understand?
I saw a news outlet that there is a new family planning method for men, injection, that stops the production of sperm for 2 years.
So I have not seen that yet, but I'm hoping that they should accept it so that in fact they will be able to help our women. Do you understand that?
I can imagine how that would be like go to the hospital and say, oh, I'm coming for family planning.
It's in the northern sector, but within the southern sector, men go in for the vasectomy. Yes, please.
Really?
Yes, please. Even this implants and IUD, when you go to the southern sector, you see people removing IUDs and reinsert. In fact, I had the opportunity to do my clinicals at Pampaso Government Hospital. That was where my first family planning training, that was in 2015. I was surprised. People having IUDs, they got expired, they were removing and reinserting new ones. Even I think the Santasi Marie Soap Center, it happens the same way.
Wow.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
But in
the northern sector, it's difficult. It's actually very difficult.
Yes, sir.
It's sorry to say, it's just our cultural setting. Like she said earlier, men feel like it's a responsibility for the woman to protect and to know when she's in her danger period. So men up down here or up here feels like family planning is for women. So they don't really mind. Some of them, they don't really mind if their women are on it, but others still have the feeling that they will not allow their wife to do, not because they want them to get pregnant, but for the other fears.
That once they are on it, they will never be able to get pregnant. But you know, I think, well, I don't know how this will come off, but you see people who probably even got married as virgins and sometimes even struggle to have, you know,
conceive.
To conceive. So I don't feel it's necessarily the family planning, but I like your explanation. If you want to get pregnant at a certain time and you are on a particular family planning method, you should understand that it will take you a longer time to conceive than a shorter time. Now, one other thing, I want us to go for a break. When we come back, we'll look at the female condom and also the misconceptions around family planning. Let's take a break. When we are back, we delve into more.
My name is Kezapuma Esayu. When I read, I feel proud. I know I can become anything in the future. Thank you. My name is Mustafa Mufida. Reading helps me understand my lessons better and improves my spelling. My name is Ahmed Nadra. I am in Basic 6. Reading is the foundation of education. A child who learns to read gains knowledge and confidence. My name is Alhassan Mafwa. Before joining the reading clinic, I was shy to read in class. Now I can read confidently. Thank you.
Welcome back from the break. We are looking at misconceptions, you know, myths and misconceptions about family planning, and also encouraging couples. You know, I always wish I could say couples, but unfortunately I can't just say couples because there are people that are not coupling but will still want to go for family planning methods. Mr. Swalisu, let's look at, you know, I remember when I was with PPAG, one of the things that we had great issues, always any outreach we go, a question will come, is the emergency contraceptive. The word says what? Emergency. But we have not made it emergency. When I'm going to my boyfriend's house, I'll go and buy it from the drugstore before I arrive. After I sleep with him now, and I'll take it. But that's not emergency, right? So take us, what is the emergency contraceptives and what it shouldn't be used for?
Thank you very much. As the name implies, it's an emergency contraceptive. when you and your man have unprotected sex, usually it happens. You have sex with your wife at the point that she's not in her safe period, and she's not using any of the family planning method to protect her from getting pregnant. Or your girlfriend, you have sex with your girlfriend at the point that she's in her danger period, meaning that at that point in time, even if you go in for family planning, any of the family planning methods aside emergency pill, it won't work. It might not work for her. So usually, most young girls rather prefer that when they have unprotected sex, they go in for such emergency drugs. And when you have unprotected sex and you use it, it can protect you from becoming pregnant. It can last in your system for like 5 days. 5 days it can last in your system, just like sperms can last in your uterus for 5 days. In that way, when you take it and you take it within that period, it can be there to save you from becoming pregnant. And that is why most of the young girls or the youth, they rely on emergency pill. And once it is an emergency pill, it is an emergency pill, meaning that it shouldn't be used frequent. But our young girls, and I mean the youth, they prefer that when they have an unprotected sex with their girlfriends, they rather prefer to buy it for them. And when you look at the dosage, I mean the concentration, it is higher than the mental pills. Some of them are 2 pills and some are just 1 pill. If you look at the normal macrogynon, it is 0.05 milligrams.
Okay.
For the 28 tablets in 1 sachet, when you combine all, it is almost at the same as 1 tablet of emergency pill.
Wow.
Something that you would take for 1 month, 28 days. You just take that emergency pill just 1 day.
So do the work of what could have been done for 28 days or 30 days.
Yes. So meaning that it is sometimes it is being abused. And when you take it that way, it sometimes changes your menstrual cycle. That shows how concentrated it is. So we advise you not to be relying on emergency pill. It is not a family planning method. It is for emergency purpose. So my advice is that the youth should not be using it as a family planning method. And most of our educational sessions, we do try to educate them what to use at what time. If you want to be on short term for short period, there's a prescribed drug for a short period. If you want to be on a long term, if you want to be on family planning for long term, there's a prescribed method for that period of time. But for the long one, like she said earlier, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should be on it for that long time. So emergency pill is an emergency pill and should not be replaced for a family planning method.
Okay.
So let me add something small to what Mrs. Wallace said. You know, emergency contraceptives, they are used in cases of rape or forced sex. So if somebody has been sexually abused or has been raped, there the person can go in for the emergency contraceptive to prevent an unwanted pregnancy. But it shouldn't be used as a temporal family planning method. That any act of sexual intercourse, you are going in for an emergency contraceptive. At the end of the day, it has major effects on your system than when you go in for a temporal family planning method.
Okay. Let's look at the female condom. It's not something that is really spoken about more. Are women afraid to use it, or are men finding it complicated to use?
Okay, so with the female condom, it's made of latex. And then the woman can insert it for up to 8 hours, even before sexual intercourse.
So you can wear it?
Yes, please. You can wear it and be hanging around. Waiting for the act to be done.
So say that again.
Yes.
You can wear it
for up to 8 hours before sexual intercourse.
Uncomfortable?
Oh, no. So what happens is that,
I'm just imagining that actually.
With the female condom, the woman will have to direct the penis inside. If not, the penis can shift the female condom to one side, then enter, and at the end of the day, the woman can get pregnant. Just that some women find it shy, or they feel uncomfortable with it. Others too, they also react to the latex. So at the end of the day, they get some few rashes on their genital areas. So that is the reason why some women don't want to do it. And then would I also say there is this
stigma?
Yes, no, not stigma as such. Like, the women don't just feel comfortable using condom. They rather feel the male should use the condom. Do you understand that? So that is it.
Let's look at general myths and conceptions.
Yes.
You've been working on the family planning for a long time.
Yes,
let's look at internally. Let's look at the myths and misconceptions that you have encountered.
Okay. So with the myths and misconceptions, they are countless. So earlier on, I made mention that infertility. Some people think generally when you do family planning, you will not become pregnant in future. That is the major misconception. It isn't like that. So family planning can rather help you to achieve a healthy pregnancy. I earlier on said that. So couple that even try to conceive and they are not trying to get, they are not getting the pregnancy. Doctors first of all start them with the hormonal pill. That is what they do. But before then, they have to do some checkups.
The hormonal pill is the one you take daily?
Yes, the daily pills. They have to first of all do some checkups on them. They will have to check their hormonal level, then they put it on them. So you see, one other thing is that some people feel when they, like their partners, especially the males, they feel when their partners do family planning, they will be promiscuous. They will be promiscuity. It's not also like that. So they feel maybe when the women do the family planning, they'll be running after men, going here and there. It isn't also like that. Family planning is just to help you to prevent pregnancy. If the woman is promiscuous, it means she's already into that act before. It's not the family planning that is making her to do that. But men feel that when they do it, I ever met one gentleman when I was working with Marie Stopes. We went to receive our commodities at the station, and then he asked her what was it, and I said, oh, it's family planning commodities. And he made mention that he will never allow their wife to do family planning, because if the wife should do family planning, she'll be cheating around. And I told her, oh boss, that isn't it. And no, that is it. And then he was insisting, arguing with me strongly. And I said, oh well, that is what you are thinking, but that's not it. So other people also think that when they do family planning and they are not getting their normal menstrual period, that it accumulates and form fibroids. So because of that, they are afraid.
Yes. The blood accumulates.
That accumulates. It doesn't accumulate anywhere.
What does it do? Why doesn't the blood flow?
Okay, so let me now explain let me explain how it happens. So most of the hormonal family planning methods, they suppresses ovulation. So once ovulation is being suppressed, the egg will not be released. And once the egg is not being released, the uterine lining will not prepare itself for a bed. Every month, it is the uterine lining that forms a bed. We call it the endometrium. Sorry about that technical word. We call it the endometrium. So it is that one that forms a bed in preparation to receive a fertilized ovule. Okay. So it's a natural process that happens every month. So when you don't ovulate like that, when you are on a contraceptive and you don't ovulate, that's what is the name? That's this thing. The endometrium will shed off in the form of what? Menstrual blood. It will come out in the form of menstrual, but that's how come you see some small pieces of blood clots and then the rest. Or when fertilization does not take place, it will shed off and come out as normal menstrual period. So when you are on a family planning method and then you are not bleeding, it means ovulation has been suppressed. Once ovulation has been suppressed, the uterine lining will not prepare a bed, because it knows that, oh, an egg is not being released. So if an egg is not being released, why should I prepare a bed to receive a fertilized ovule? Do you understand? So it doesn't form any fibroid. Any fibroids are just growth. We've had instances where people have not even done family planning methods at all, but they have fibroids. Do you understand? They have fibroids. We have even young girls Do you understand? They have fibroids are just groove. For those ones, it's the person's system or maybe family history of those things that can let you get the fibroids. Do you understand that? Then another myths and misconception that they feel family planning is for married couple. The adolescents, that is what they feel. So I can remember back in the days of CBT.
It's actually for married couples. It's just that young people who are not married are having sex, so they have to do family planning, right?
No, not that as such. Family planning is basically meant to prevent pregnancy.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So, based on our culture and what we know, people who are supposed to have sex are married couples. So if you are not married, once you are, because if you are not married and you are single and you are not sexually active, I'm not sure you should go for any family planning method.
Yes.
So it's for anyone having sex.
But remember, Mr. Swallows earlier on said that out of what curiosity,
yes,
they want to practice.
Yeah.
Some of the adolescents, it's not their making. People lure them into those acts.
Okay.
Do you understand? Maybe out of poverty.
Yeah.
Maybe the person cannot even afford common sanitary pad. And then the man say, you come, I'll do that and give you money to go and buy the pad. And at the end of the day, while she's going there, pregnancy will happen.
So then let's start educating the men who are. So if you are giving a girl pad, please also buy a condom in addition, so you don't give her a pad and give her pregnancy.
So family planning is not for a married couple. It's for all sexually active
people,
adolescents. Do you understand? Sexually active adolescents can do. Even some married couple are there, they don't even engage in sexual intercourse like the way the adolescents are doing. Yes. Some married couple are there, it can take them 2-3 months. They've not even encountered sexual intercourse. But these adolescents, day in, day out, they are even the people that are jumping from one guy to the other. They are
one
doing
lady
this
to the other.
Do you understand that? So we've had instances where a guy can impregnate 2 ladies at the same time. Yes.
Hey.
And the person is not married to them.
Wow.
Wow, dear, wow. So family planning is for both adolescents and then married couples. So far as you know that you are sexually active, you can do a family planning method. The reason is that you just want to prevent an unwanted pregnancy. I think preventing an unwanted pregnancy is better than going in for an abortion.
True.
Because when we scare them from the family planning method, but when they venture into the sexual act, that leads to pregnancy. At the end of the day, the family will be forced to terminate that particular pregnancy. And going in for the family plan, which I think is rather best than going in for the termination of the pregnancy.
Yeah. Because we talk about cultural and religious reasons for not
and all the religions frowns on abortion.
You know, if your child gets pregnant, you may be ashamed.
Yes.
And you may want to go and hide but even with the family planning, nobody would even know.
No. Yes, nobody will know.
I don't know if you have a youth-friendly corner or it's the same thing.
Yes, we have youth-friendly corner there.
Okay.
We even have a way we attend to the adolescents, and then the way we approach the married couple.
Okay. I see that you have STI screening and treatment.
Yes.
In as much as we are talking about myths and misconceptions, let's delve a little bit into safe sex. And talk about what are some of the common STIs you've encountered.
So we've had instances of people reporting in with gonorrhea, syphilis, and even HIV. We have this WATS, and WATS is one of the commonest STIs that people come with. In fact,
because of hygiene.
Yes. No, it's not. It's a viral infection.
Okay.
Yes, it's one of the viral. You just see that even both men and women are coming to the clinic with vaginal warts. They will just come down, madam, I've seen some growth on my private part for some time, for some quite a number of time. And so when you want to do your assessment, at the end of the day, you realize that it is what? Vaginal warts. And those ones too, just like all other viral infection, it is difficult to treat.
Really?
Yes, please. Because they are very difficult to treat. They will be with you for life. Yes, the vaginal warts, they will be with you. So doctors can burn them. They have medications that they give, but they often resurface, but doctors do burn them. Then we also have other conditions like the candida. Candida is also one of the commonest. They come with this whitish discharge that is usually offensive. And then some come with a complaint of having this cheese-like discharge that is also very offensive and itchy. So with the candida, that one you can use antibiotics to treat it. And we have a variety of antibiotics that can be used in treating the candida. We also have other people reporting with the trichomonas or the T. vaginalis.
What is that one, please?
The discharge comes in the form of yellowish green, and it is very offensive. Very, very offensive.
So is it that they don't notice it early until it gets to the last stage?
You know, the nature of the female private part is in such a way that when infection sets in at first, you might not know. You know, we already have this moist mucous membrane, and then we discharge, and then discharge also, the amount of discharge also depends on the cycle, like the days of the cycle. So but when it happens that way, they don't usually notice it early, unless some few people can detect it early. Others, the smell that lets them come to the clinic to report. Yes, please, that madam, I've been feeling some offensive discharge for some number of days now. So when you do assessment or you run some lab tests, you realize that this is the particular infection that they are coming with. Okay.
Wow. Mr. Swalisu, anything to add on that?
I think she has said it all. What I will always say is that, yes, these are the things that we encounter at the clinic. But one thing I always say is that it's better to go check yourself than to get yourself into trouble. And going to check STIs, check whether you have STIs or not, it takes someone with courage. For one, you are going there to tell the person your secret.
Yes.
Or we consider it to be secret. But it's better to share your secret with someone who can help you than to share it with your friends for them to allow it to destroy you. So we encourage that when you have such cases, just visit the clinic. And I said earlier, one of the things that we do is privacy. We create that kind of privacy for you to express yourself, for you to tell us your problem. And I tell you, confidentiality is number one. Once you discuss with the midwife, because when you go to the reception, she will not ask you details, just to document you, for you to go and meet the provider. And once you enter, you and then the provider alone. And sometimes we tell people, when you come to the clinic with your issue, then you hear it outside. It could be the one you come with. The moment you enter inside and discuss what your problem with the provider, and you get solution, it remains in the room. And sometimes when you walk in town and you see some of the clients that walk in and go out, you are careful not to create impression that you have recognized and you want to greet or to continue to create that rapport, because you don't know how the person may feel. Because the kind of services that we provide there is very sensitive. So we try to make sure that once you walk in and we have the conversation, we assure you that the place, your information is confidential, and we'll treat it as such. And we also try to make sure that you feel comfortable and you feel safe within the clinic for you to access the services.
Okay. You know, you've mentioned that you meet. I remember one time at the PPAG Health Clinic, some people came in for family planning services, and a colleague of ours was like, "Oh, you this lady, I know you," and the lady was trying to be like, "I don't remember you." Then the staff was like, "Oh, I know you." Then the midwife shouted and came out and said, "If anybody walks in here, you do not know the person." And I know that a lot of organizations, including Marie Care, Marriage Stoves before, have this same standard, because we used to do the same thing together. So if you're looking for the right place to go for all your confidential stuff, I see you also have the cervical cancer screening services, and then ultrasound scan, SRH education. Now delve a bit into the pregnancy options. Is it so? Do you do deliveries there, or it's just for the options, or even when you are pregnant, you come for antenatal there?
We are not doing deliveries.
Okay.
So it was actually part of our plan, but the nature of the center has made it impossible for us, because when you conduct antenatal, you establish rapport with your clients, and then once that rapport and trust is being built, there is no need sending the client outside to go and meet a different provider for delivery or labor. Do you understand? But because it's a staircase, there is no lift there in the first place, and then being pregnant and climbing that staircase alone will be stressful for the client. If not, we thought of it. So in fact, we are not able to conduct antenatal services because of that. But when you come into the center and then you report with pregnancy, we take you through a counseling. So keeping the pregnancy is always the best option for you, because you don't know the number of children you are going to deliver in future. But when you decide that, oh, okay, maybe I'm still schooling, or I've had a new job that I don't want to become pregnant, or I don't want to keep the pregnancy, we still take you through counseling. Then we have the options there for you. We have the medication that you can use to terminate the pregnancy, and it is safe. And then we also have the surgical method there. So the surgical, we do up to 12 weeks, because we don't want to extend our boundaries. It's a small clinic, so up to 12 weeks of gestation, we can assist you with the surgical. Even with the medication, up to 12 weeks you can take it, but just that there is a tendency of you having severe cramps and then retain products there. Okay, so that's the options that we have at the clinic.
Mr. Swalisu, take us through the location and then how people can get to your clinic.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we started it somewhere November 2024. So we are getting to 2 years. And we are located at in front of Victor Cinema, on top of Calcare building. That place, first Mbaya Hair Kebab joint.
Hey, you're advertising Mbaya Hair Kebab. We know Victor Cinema.
Victor Cinema. Just in front of Victor Cinema, the store building there, we have Techno, the servicing phones. That's the first floor. That is where we are located.
Okay.
Yes. So,
what days are you open?
Monday. The days are Monday to Saturdays.
Okay.
And then we run shifts, so it's from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay.
So the morning staff, they come 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then the afternoon staff 1 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay.
But we also offer special services in case maybe you have an emergency and you feel maybe we should attend to you. But that one comes with a package.
Okay.
Because if it is off working hours and you want definitely you have to pay some amount of money.
Talking about paying, are you affordable?
Yes, please. Our services are very affordable.
Affordable is actually relative.
Yes, it's relative. Affordability can. Let me just say, it depends. It depends, because if I say a service is 20 cedis, somebody can see it to be expensive. Others too can also see it to be cheap. So that is it. But we try as much as possible not to allow our clients to go without receiving services. So those that come and then their amounts are not up, we devise ways of attending to them so that they don't go and then maybe they don't go and do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Or never come back again and they have situations. So
let me just come in there. So like I said, like she said, once you walk in with your issue and it is within our limit, why not? We won't let you go out because you can pay. We won't let you go out because at least we'll give you counseling. If your fear is that you might get some of the side effects, through the counseling, maybe you'll be able to understand the concept of the services. And if it is a cost, you won't walk out without the services. Yes.
Okay. Give us your final words, and then why must someone visit Mary Kay Clinic? Okay, so you come in the shoe.
Okay, thank you. I think Marisol's clinic, we have a qualified service providers. Some of the services that we render pay Ghana Health Service standard. At least some of the services should be done at a registered facility. Some of the services should be provided by a qualified and registered provider. And the environment should be very safe for the client to access the services. And then the services should be very accessible, and the kind of services the services that we render should be safe for the client. So, and we adhere to all these protocols laid down by Ghana Health Service. And that is why our clinic is a safe place for everybody.
It's a safe place for everyone.
Okay, so let me add to that. Why Maricare Clinic? So when you come to Maricare Clinic, there you are assured of quality services. First of all, reduced client waiting time is there, and then we also make sure that we do our best to make you happy, so that you can even go and recommend other people. In fact, I've forgotten, I should have brought some of the feedback forms for you to have a look at it. In fact, we are not saying that we are experts, but when it comes to family planning, we are also at the top notch because of what? The level of experience.
Okay.
Like I earlier on said, I've worked as a CBT midwife with Marie Stopes for 4 years.
Wow.
Then later on, I became their center manager. I was the one managing the clinic until there was no funding, and then they have to close it. So it is still the same skills. In fact, some Ghana Health Service providers even refer their clients to us for services such as difficult IUD or implant removals. So when you just want to remove your implants or IUD safely, just come to us. Or you want the best family planning method, we'll take you through the counseling.
Great.
And then you are also rest assured that our equipment are well sterilized. Yes, they are well sterilized, because I can even remember some of the Ghana Health Service, when you go there, they don't even have sterilized. Some are
Please don't talk about that, but we appreciate what Ghana Health Service is doing.
We appreciate.
And then we know that Maricare is also doing the same. So do well to go to Maricare Clinic here in Tamale by the Victory Cinema. And also, if you were a new couple about to get married, maybe looking for the best family planning options for you and your spouse, just visit Maricare Clinic here in Tamale. Their contact details would be on the screen. Call them. I believe they can call you at during working hours, of course, Mondays to Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. for all the kind of services that you need. Family planning, STI screening and treatment, pregnancy options counseling, cervical cancer screening, breast cancer screening, ultrasound scan, SRHR education, and anything about reproductive health. When you go there, they are able to give you the kind of services that you need, so that you'll be free. You don't have to be bothered and keep thinking about where to get the solution. And key thing, they are top-notch on confidentiality, so you don't have to be afraid or shy if you're looking for the best place to have all your family planning services done. Thank you so much for watching this episode on The Reflection Show, and don't forget that the Martha Inspires Foundation is still asking for your support with clothes, shoes, money, etc. Go to our website on www.marthainspires.org. You can donate. I have my books also on our website, Inspiration for Purpose and Thoughts from Martha Inspires. Our phone numbers are also on the website. On Facebook, Martha Inspires Foundation, and Facebook, The Reflection Show. On YouTube, it's Martha Inspires. You can catch all our other amazing episodes on YouTube. Join us to support any of our programs, any of our activities. Follow us on all social media handles. Martha Inspires on TikTok as well. Follow us to support and see the feedback of all the impact that we are making on the Martha Inspires Foundation. Thank you for watching. I am Martha Inspires. Have a good night. Hello and welcome to Thoughts from Martha Inspires. Today I want to talk to you about what I have captioned the glory of God. Many of us have seen the glory of God, but we do not know it, we do not identify it. The glory of God can come in several ways: the financial favors, the academic favors, the marital favors, and even the job favors that comes in. Sometimes we feel that because a colleague of us have had something big, something exceptional, we feel that that is more of a glory than whatever is happening in our lives. But today, I want you to sit down. I want you to just focus on yourself. Certain things that have happened in your life that you never even thought would happen. That is the glory of God. You are sick. Probably you thought you were going to die, and God granted you divine healing. You applied for a job or even for a school, and you felt that it was something that was beyond you. But guess what? You got that admission, you got that job. But because maybe you didn't get the kind of school or job or salary that you want, you feel it is not the glory of God. But God has a reason why He gave you that job, because He wants His glory to be manifested through your life. So from now onwards, sit down, relax, and focus on every little thing that happens in your life, because that is the glory of God. Even you being alive is evidence that the glory of God is upon your life. See you next time.